Good evening. We're digging into the West Mesa murders, a string of killings nobody knew had even happened until a woman walking her dog came across a femur bone sticking out of the ground in Albuquerque's West Mesa in 2009.
I still can't believe it. I still think about it every day.
A call to police led to the gruesome discovery of the remains of 11 women and one unborn child. Their bodies were in shallow graves scattered across a 100-acre plot of land being prepared for development. Almost all of the women were Hispanic. All of them had connections to prostitution and drugs, and they had all been reported missing between 2002 and 2005. It quickly became clear that local police were likely dealing with a serial killer, Albuquerque's first. But it's been 12 years since that grisly discovery, and still no one's been charged.
Any closer? I wouldn't say that we're any closer, unfortunately.
Acting Lieutenant of the Violent Crimes Division, Holly Anderson, knows that is a frustrating update. But the community is trying to help police.
We have received over 1,100 tips since that first day 12 years ago. We continue to get tips, about 20 or 30 a year now.
For the families of the victims, it's been a long wait for justice.
When she was missing, I didn't want to face the reality that she was gone. I just assumed she was still alive and just didn't want to come home.
Over the years, there's been a handful of suspects. Two names at the top of the list. The first is currently serving a 90-year prison sentence for several sexual assaults. He owned a landscaping business, and his former wives claimed he would make trips to the West Mesa late at night to dump landscaping debris. He allegedly knew and hired a few of the West Mesa victims. Police also found a plant tag with one of the victims' bodies, which traced back to a plant nursery this man frequented. The other suspect, Lorenzo Montoya, was shot dead in December of 2006. The same year, the unusual disappearances seemed to stop. He had a history of violence, and on the night he was killed, investigators say Montoya had hired an escort whom he strangled to death in his trailer.
We have had some good people to look at that we thought made, very good suspects, but we just don't have what we need to be able to bring charges forward.
Today, Acting Lieutenant Anderson says there are no new suspects. Detectives are still working the case.
What can you say to even the victims' families, the general public who's losing hope that this will ever be solved?
That's one thing that happens with homicides and cold case homicides is that you should always have hope for them. There is no statute of limitations on them, and we work them as a department until they're solved.
APD says it just needs the right tip to solve one of our city's most infamous and dark mysteries. Royal Day, KOAT, Action 7 News.